beneath the jawbones of a fallen whale, you emerged through a cloud of debris.
Hello, I'm Faith Eliott, and this is
Robyn Dawson.
We're just here at Robyn's flat, rehearsing for some shows that we will plug at the end of this podcast, and eating mac and cheese and drinking tequila.
Because they're perfect partners.
Loved you, we are the same underneath you and I.
I'm a songwriter and visual artist. I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I moved to Edinburgh when I was 16. Yeah, I've mostly sort of been in Edinburgh and Glasgow ever since. And yeah, I guess I started out when I was a teenager. I was really into writing poetry. I was a big poetry nerd. And yeah, I always had the ambition to write songs, but it took me a little while to get confident enough to start playing guitar. I don't know, it was just a bit of a mental block for a long time. So yeah, it was actually when I moved in with Hayley Beavis, who's another Edinburgh musician. And yeah, she played guitar. So I started borrowing hers and writing songs. Yeah, probably in my mid-20s. I put out an EP with Song by Toad Records in 2016, I think. And then I recorded an album in 2019 called Impossible Bodies, which came out on OK Pal Records, which was a label that me and Hayley formed together. So yeah, I guess a lot of inspirations come from, like, before I was doing my own stuff, I was singing backing vocals and singing in folk pubs and stuff like that. I think songwriting has always been sort of my main interest as far as music goes. And then I met Robyn through working with 𝘥𝘺𝘴, singing with this band, Edinburgh band 𝘥𝘺𝘴, and a beautiful friendship formed.
I was actually just trying to think about the first time that I was introduced to you, and you're going to hate this because, so Neil's wife, Bridget, is a friend of mine from Australia. So when I moved back to Edinburgh from Australia, I lived there. Bridget was my entry to everybody in the city that I was born in, which is quite strange. But she introduced me to you through playing me Katie.
Ah, okay.
And I was like, oh my God, which Faith doesn't necessarily have the best relationship with, but it absolutely blew me away. So then when I found out that you were going to sing with 𝘥𝘺𝘴, because I joined 𝘥𝘺𝘴 after coming back, I was like really intimidated and feeling quite bashful because you were such a cool guy.
Well, that's real cute.
So yeah, that's our intro. And then how did we start working together? Just from that, really.
Yeah.
I did some shows with you, and Hidden Door was our first one.
There you go.
There we go. That shit drops.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, Robyn has been playing in my live set for absolutely ages. So yeah, we decided to do this album together.
Just realised I did not say who Neil was. Neil is Neil Pennycook of 𝘥𝘺𝘴.
Robyn wanted to learn production. We started recording the album probably about 3 years ago. And yeah, started out just doing demos together, and Robyn was pretty fresh to recording and production. And I ended up putting in a Creative Scotland funding application. Part of the funding application was we wanted no men in technical roles. So yeah, we had Susan Bear. She helped out with production and recording, and then Kate Tavini mastered as well. So I feel like this has been like a real collaborative process between me and Robyn. Like, I feel like we've both grown like just insane amounts throughout the whole thing. And I've learned in the past, it was very much more like compartmentalized, where I would just have somebody do the recording and production, and I wouldn't be as involved in that side of it. But yeah, I feel like this has been a lot more push and pull. And
I can't remember the name of what is the word when somebody teaches you things. Like, you know, when like it's not mentorship, but there's another one. Maybe mentorship, is it?
Yeah, we've really mentored each other throughout this process.
Well, I don't mean just that. I mean that you also built in like mentorship opportunities for me with Suze.
Yes,
because I wasn't feeling confident, and especially not with drums. And so having someone as good as Signe come in, I was like, really didn't want to mess that up.
Yeah, Signe, who played percussion on the album as well. Yeah, so yeah, we just had, and then we went up to Perthshire, a place called the Big Shed, and it was just a beautiful dream. It was like summertime, and we just spent like a couple of weeks up there just recording. Initially, that was just me and Robyn, and then it was the four of us, me, Robyn, and Signe and Suze. Got to do the luxury thing of just focusing.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, and swimming, and best time.
Lovely. And then we did some overdubs afterwards. We did some stuff in my kitchen and your kitchen, just a couple of kitchens. And Ali, trumpet player.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's been lots of like a smattering of other cameos throughout. Yeah. Ali 𝘥𝘺𝘴 Northcote.
That really makes me just want to be like, Ali Hendry.
Callisto Part 1 and Callisto Part 2 were songs that I wrote like really soon before we set out to record. They came together quite fast.
I think it was actually even by the second week.
Really? Wow.
Maybe not. Maybe
I think one was maybe after this first session of recording, and I was like, I want it.
I've written new ones. I was like, no! No more! I was wrong.
Bratting out. But yeah, Callisto Part 1. So Callisto is from Greek mythology. She's a nymph that gets turned into a bear after being raped by Zeus.
It's just so dark.
I know. I set out to write about a video clip I saw of a bear who had ingested a load of hallucinogenic honey. This clip on the internet, because there's a type of rhododendron that contains a really potent neurotoxin called grey-anotoxin. So the honey containing the pollen ends up being really, really intoxicating. So in this video, the bear has been picked up by park rangers and is just totally out of it in the back of a truck. And so I guess I was like, I kept being like, oh, what would a bear's like hallucinations be? And then, I just sort of followed that tangent and then went into like bear related mythology. And I feel like there's still residues of the starting point in the lyrics, but it just is what it is now.
And this one messes me up.
Oh,
it makes me a sad boy.
Oh, that's nice.
It's beautiful.
Artemis, I thought I wanted to be a perfect animal, but it seemed no punished woman or celestial form was ever enough. A body worthy of love.
Eventually, I think bears like became a symbol of like on the album of something that was like grounded or like an uninhibited vulnerable part of myself that I'm trying to make more space for.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just because all the good videos of them on the internet, they're having a really good time? And you're just like, I want more of that.
Yeah. But what was the recording process like this for these?
I mean, I had so much fun with that one.
Callisto Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah, because Well, it just was begging to be like a sort of drive off into the sunset kind of moment. So I just went like full ham on the strings.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I was like finishing the recordings, like the string runs and like pissing myself laughing. Because I was like, oh, can I really do that?
And we were just like some of the string runs at the end, I think we were like, we're going to have to cut that back. And then we were like, we just got really used to it.
You know what, we can just do whatever we want.
Lean in.
And just lean in, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that one, I love that one. It's so beautiful. And just the wee trumpet boys at the end.
Yeah.
Just make me cry, make me laugh, make me happy, make me sad. I guess company car is an interesting one because it went through so many outfits. It had a lot of costume changes.
Yes.
We kind of like threw everything at it. At one point there was drums on there. There was just like so much on there.
Yeah. Just like, I think that you were losing your mind trying to edit kalimba takes that were just like...
Just trying to make something work. Like nothing felt right.
Yeah.
And then I think... you were just like, what if we just took everything out? It was like, yeah, please, let's just take everything out. And it was like, oh, it just needs nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. And then you were like, we could put a little bit of harmonium back in. Just a little tiny bit.
So you don't even know it's there. Just like a little, like a breath.
Yeah, yeah. And then that was like after being, I don't know, ravaged by complications. We were like, oh,
we put in sound of like washing dishes because we thought that it felt like it was like a moment of like just like a passing thought tangent that happens when you're washing the dishes or something.
Yeah, we had all these sort of concepts about like, oh yeah, it's like standing at the kitchen sink, the kind of thoughts you have, and so it's like, okay, we need the sounds of the kitchen.
I'll record myself washing the dishes.
Yeah, we did
that
have
was
that
in there for a while.
yeah.
But actually, I love it. Just strip it back to doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, it's amazing how much like simplicity, I don't know, can be really hard work.
Yeah.
The radio reports the hottest day on record. I make deliveries in the company car. The oil rigs gleam out on the 4th. New builds, plastic palms, and white cords.
A note of unrequited love from a hagfish to a giant isopod. This song is what it says on the tin. It's a classic story of anxious, avoidant attachment dynamics. So hagfish and isopods, they're both sort of nightmarish, deep sea, bottom feeding sea creatures. The hagfish are soft and spineless. They have 4 hearts and they exude tremendous amounts of slime when they're threatened, and they burrow into carcasses to devour their prey from the inside. The isopod is like a giant sea woodlouse. They live really solitary lives. They have like a tough armored exoskeleton and they can go years without eating. So the song is about the anxiously attached hagfish that sacrifices its boundaries to pine with unhinged abandon for the emotionally unavailable avoidant isopod. And I feel like I want to do a poll, like, who identifies with what? What are you, Robyn?
Who are you saying? Oh, I think I'm probably more likely to be
isopod.
Yeah. But probably. But there's no way I would go years without eating.
That's the one thing.
No, I love talking about feelings. So I'm not sure, but I'm more likely to be. I don't have like the audacity to be the open-hearted, like just openly like pining, and making that like I don't know, that gesture, the thought of that makes me anxious. So actually I'm definitely the isopod.
This is why the two admire each other though, because like it's like the boundaries. On the flip side, the boundaries of the isopod and then the vulnerability of the hagfish.
Yeah.
Those are the beautiful sides of these things. Johnny, Laura, what are you?
Who's your guy?
Who's your guy? Pick your fighter.
Progress has left behind our bodies in favor of more elegant forms, but they are fleeting sparks, my darling, and we were built to enjoy. So forget the figures of beauty. It's a dangerous game they play.
2025. Woo! So coming up, we're playing at Fine Fest on the 1st of June.
I'm going to get a 3-piece midgie suit.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to be midgie prepared. Then we've got the album launch on the 13th of June, playing in Oxford on the 10th of July. We're playing Daylight Music in London on the 12th of July. And then hopefully getting a little tour together in September as well. Working on it. Aye.
Well, we're going to have full band at the Cricket Club, and we're also going to be joined by Mario Cruzardo at Fine Fest as well.
Yeah. Yeah, various different configurations of musicians.
Which is fun.
Yes.
Why are we doing anything else?
Having a lovely time.
And just having a lovely time.
Artemis, I thought I wanted to be a perfect animal, but it seemed no punished woman or celestial form was ever enough. A body worthy of love. Back home, sunlight streams through the windshield of my old pickup. Callisto's out back in the cargo bed, her vast figure stretched out on the sky blue tarpaulin is a constellation made of flesh. Lifting her head, she bares her red teeth, her jaws a deadly weapon in a soft velvet sheath. She says in a dream, I no longer knew my worth. Yeah, I had forgotten how to belong to the earth. And so the mountains bend to ask the sea. As the rain falls to ask the open ground, what happens now? Well, I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out.